Metal Jesus here, and I am in downtown Seattle in the U District at the first annual Seattle Retro Gaming Expo. And it's super excited to be here. This is the first annual, so no one's quite sure what's going to happen, but I know there's going to be a lot of people and a lot of retro gaming. Let's take a look. All right, we're here at the vendor room. I bet these guys got some really cool stuff. Let's take a look.
I cast these out of the original objects. This one is an NES controller, so I have a lot of different scents. Mountain Dew's probably the most popular. Here's Super Nintendo.
Those are awesome.
I try to make them as detailed as possible.
Yeah, they're crazy.
I covered some modern systems. Here's Xbox. It's the only one here.
Mine.
How much is
this one's $20. It takes me a long time to make, so.
Yeah.
All right. I was actually going to put it under here for you because you sounded so excited about it.
Yeah.
What's your website?
www.cleangeeks.com.
Awesome.
Awesome. I'm here at the booth of Hyperkin, and they are the makers of the awesome Retron 3 clone system. I actually want to buy one today, and I'm here with the guy who makes them.
How you guys doing today?
Good. So what can you tell me about this? Because I've been wanting one for quite a while.
Well, you know what? Basically, a lot of the other systems are done with third parties, and we've basically tried to expand upon it. So basically, we have the 3 ports. You can put all the original controllers into it. We also come with the option where we have the 2 wireless controllers. Now, the good thing about this is it takes all the Super Famicom games, it takes all the Super Nintendo games, it takes the Sega and the Genesis and everything. It takes everything except for basically the Sega CD, unfortunately.
Sure. And how's compatibility? I mean, it's probably not 100%, right?
You know what?
Very hard to do.
Basically, so far we've had everything up to even a Mario RPG. So the compatibility, a lot of people are speculating that it doesn't work with a lot of third-party parties and other things like that. But this third-party product does work with a lot of the other products. So the chip games and everything like that will work with this.
Okay.
Are you happy like a big dog?
I'm happy like a big dog.
Yeah.
Well, probably the most interesting thing that we've got right now is an NES with a built-in screen, and we like to bring this to conventions, mostly just to show it off and have some music going, let people play around with some games too, so it's always fun. Oh, dude. Wow, okay, I love all that stuff.
That's it. We're losing him.
Probably the coolest weird thing we got is just the other day. In the US, they did a US NES Game Boy SP, but in Japan, they of course did the Famicom.
That's cool. So the Famicom colors.
Exactly. Color, design, style. Something I've seen very little of in the flesh.
Thank you. Really close to here, actually, is a very rare console that I'm actually tempted to buy. It's called a Vectress, and it's all vector-based. You know, if you know what Vector is, it's the old sort of asteroids or the original Star Wars, and it's a very unusual console. It has a TV built into it. So this guy has a massive collection. As a matter of fact, it's so big, he has I think it's a 3 DVD set, right?
What?
A 3 DVD set just to cover your collection?
Well, no, actually, it's bigger than that. Like, you can do it in 10 DVDs, but every US, all Sega stuff is on 2 discs. My Nintendo collection's on 1, and then oddball old stuff on 1. So this, Bonk, it's unreleased. This game got canned. It's the Bonk game by Hudson Soft, and pretty much I got this shirt at PAX, and pretty much the game got pulled, and so the game is unknown release date.
That's right, there was a new Bonk game, wasn't
Yeah.
So awesome. That's cool. All right, I'm here with Nolan, and Nolan is a very interesting guy. He's actually donating his entire video game collection for charity to Northwest Harvest. Now, when I say entire video game collection, it's incredibly impressive. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
Sure. I guess I started collecting in 2001. Did it for 4 years straight, very heavily, and I amassed bunch of systems, and eventually had about 65 unique video game consoles. Defining unique video game consoles takes a long time, but basically individual media that can play a video game, Genesis game, and retro game. And at the time, there were 67 or no, there were 69. I had 65 of them, so there were 4 that was missing. Since then, I've been selling it off piece by piece to raise money for Northwest Harvest. Found out about the Seattle Retro Gaming Expo and decided, let's blow this thing up and donate everything to the expo so they can raise money for Northwest Harvest.
Now, the story about why you built this collection I think is much different than a lot of gamers, right?
Yeah. Well, it started with everyone grew up in the '80s loving video games, as I did. Some of my fondest memories were with my dad playing video games. My last gift from my father before he passed away was a Nintendo GameCube, and he passed away on December 24th, 2001, and that hurt me pretty bad. I had a hard time coping with it. I was just unusable as a functioning person. And then I was recommended to take on a hobby. So as a hobby, I just took my last gift from my dad and just went with it. At the time I was working at GameStop, collected all the American video game systems, so all the Segas and the Nintendos, just the common ones, and then discovered the more there was. And it was therapeutic, and it helped me heal because it was really helpful for me. And
something to focus your mind on.
Focus my mind, and the video game culture has been so enlightening. Not being a part of it and then joining it and going deep in, you meet so many interesting people.
You had so many great systems and so many unusual systems. What are some of your favorites?
Oh, great question. I had a mint condition, never been used Famicom Titler.
What is that?
Famicom Titler is a Japanese Famicom, obviously, produced with Sharp, and it's like an editing board with your Nintendo. It plugs into a VCR so you can record your video as you're playing it, rewind, play, track, and stuff like that. But you can also edit the screen. There's a stylus, so you can draw on screen. You can write in Kanji or in ASCII, so and just in real time as you were playing.
Oh my god!
It was like, who would ever think of this? And it was, to be honest, it played games great. It played them really, really sharp.
All right, we're at the free play room. Let's see what's going on inside.
Welcome to the free playroom. This is the free playroom in Seattle. We got the stadium events running over here for anybody to try. Stadium events.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, so that's the whole US set there for everyone to play today.
So this thing was meant to be portable.
I can't wait to wear that on the bus.
As people move away from you?
Yeah.
And now we're at the tournament room. Let's see what these guys are doing. Imagine my surprise pulling up to this expo today and seeing this big green game truck parked literally on the street. And I'm here with Anders, who is running this truck. And you gotta tell me, what is this thing about?
So we do all sorts of video games. We have Xbox 360, Wii, PlayStation 3 on 4 different TVs behind me. And we can get people playing video games in here, playing together, get Halo on all the screens going. It's a lot of fun.
I mean, what was the idea behind this?
So it's a franchise that started about 6 years ago in Phoenix, Arizona. And the idea was just for kids' birthday parties, go drive out to people's houses, get them in the truck out of the sun, out of the heat. It works here in Seattle too, because we can stay out of the rain. And so the idea is just get all your friends together and play games together like we used to when we were kids in the arcades.
All right, so this is the epic first annual Seattle Retro Gaming Expo, and it's been a really blast to be here today. So many people, so many awesome games. If they do it next year, you should definitely go. I want to thank you for subscribing to my channel. Take care.